Hey guys, Landon13 here, and today we are doing a movie review on Doctor Sleep, the 2019 film that was released well in 2019. It is also a sequel to the Stanley Kubrick film The Shining, the masterpiece. Anyways, Doctor Sleep continues where The Shining ending left off, where, well, basically Danny is traumatized after the events of the Overlook Hotel and basically becomes an alcoholic to basically subdue his Shining. But his world is turned upside down once again when he meets a young girl named Abra Stone who has the same ability as Danny but much more powerful. But this also gets the notice of the True Knot members, the cult, and led by Rose the Hat, and they want to feed on her and get her steam. So Danny needs to protect this child from this vampire cult. So anyways, the movie is pretty simple. It's basically, of course, a sequel to The Shining, so how does it connect to The Shining, may you ask? Well, there's a lot of things. First, Danny himself, who's now an adult. He's one of the main characters. Then you have the Overlook Hotel that actually appears in the final act of the film. You got Dick Halloran's ghost. You got the different spirits and ghouls of the Overlook. Of course, you got Red Rum that was on the wall. And you also got a little bit of Jack Torrance and Wendy Torrance as well. So anyways, that's how it connects to The Shining. But also Doctor Sleep is also its own film as well. Basically, Act 1 and Act 2 are basically on its own. Just little mentions of the Overlook incident. But it's not until we return to the Overlook is finally a sequel. So, yeah. Anyways, the villains are great. I love the villains' acting, especially Rose the Hat. Now, these people are terrible, let me tell you. If Pennywise was terrible, Pennywise would be appalled by these people, let me tell you. Anyways, the True Knot are basically this cult that has lived for a very long time. And of course, they feed on people who had the shine, especially children. And they don't care. Basically, what they do is they track down these people who have the shine, they kill them, and they feed on their steam, and basically they live while they get immortality, basically. But the side effect is they're going to keep feeding, otherwise they all die. Now, we also get to see the villain sides and why they do these horrible things and actions to these people. They want to live forever. That's all they want to do. They don't care about humanity. They care about one another. And then you got the protagonists, the good guys that I root for. Anyways, you got Danny, who's still traumatized from the Overlook. You know, with his father chasing him down with an axe. You got all the different ghosts. Especially the woman in 237. Now, we also get to meet some new characters like Abra, who has the Shining ability, and who actually stumbles across the True Knot while they're killing a poor boy. And basically, this actually gets them, well, motivated to get her. There's a reason why, because in the director's cut, Rose basically said, we're going to keep her alive and we're going to keep her as a milking cow. Now that's terrifying, but also evil as well. But the villains do get their comeuppance. Basically, they set a trap for them. Basically, Rose is just at the campsite because she's going to wait for the Crow Daddy to deliver Abra, but they also lure them into a trap, basically, killing most of the the True Knot members and basically killing Crow Daddy with the van when Danny possesses Abra for a short time. And basically all this leads to the return of the Overlook Hotel. The exciting bit of the film and also the marketing behind the film basically says, dare to go back. So basically the Overlook Hotel becomes another key role as a villain as well. The second antagonist of the film. Of course, Rose does get killed by the ghost that feeds on her the same way she did to the other people who have to shine. And once again, the Overlook has its time to shine. Basically, Danny's now possessed and chasing Abra throughout the hotel, just like Jack did to Danny all those years back. And of course, we do get a good ending. Of course, just like in the original Shining novel, the Overlook burns down. Of course, in this movie, the Overlook does burn down. And at least Danny gets to be with his mother again. Basically, the film ends with the Overlook ghost now traumatizing Abra, but she keeps him locked up in a box. What a movie. Basically, this film is a nostalgic trip for anyone who watched the Kubrick films, like from the music to Red Rum, and even walking down memory lane in some of the iconic shots from The Shining, like here's Johnny, the red rum scrolled onto the door, the twins in the hallway, and of course, the ballroom, where we get this interesting scene between Danny and his ghost father, Jack, who's now Lloyd. And basically, Danny refuses to drink alcohol because this film is about recovery, while The Shining's about giving in to your addictions. So basically, it's a nice send-off for Danny's character arc. Basically, he went from alcoholic to basically a guy who doesn't want to drink alcohol anymore. He overcomes this. And of course, we also learnt that when his mother was dying in bed, she was surrounded by death flies and he couldn't look at her. And this gives us a nice another scene of when Danny is joining his mother in the afterlife. You can actually see him looking at her. So, it's a nice payoff. As for the villains, they were great until the third act, where Rose's was wasted opportunity. She was killed off really quick. She was a great villain. She was really threatening, and she'll do nothing until she gets Abra, and she failed miserably. And of course, that payoff with them with the big battle and stuff, it was a letdown, but it was good to return to the Overlook, something familiar, and with it burning down, we finally end the chapter for The Shining and for Danny, and you know, it was a great story. It was a great movie. The acting was great. Then you got like these like familiar locations, and basically, you know, it was a great movie. For the fans of the Kubrick film, I would recommend this. If you want to watch Doctor Sleep and you're a fan of the Kubrick film, I would recommend it. To those who hasn't watched The Shining, you gotta go and watch The Shining first before watching Doctor Sleep to understand it all. You know? But yeah, it was a good movie. A great sequel to The Shining. I would recommend it as a sequel. Well, it wasn't really, but it was the same, you know. The design of the Overlook now abandoned was great. The villains were great. The characters were great. And, you know, there was a lot of character development. The movie started out slow, but eventually it picked up with the story. And that was great. But anyways, that was my movie review for Doctor Sleep, the sequel to The Shining. What do I give this movie? A 10 out of 10. Really good. There are some there are some scenes that are very hard to watch, but it's a great movie and a great tribute to Stanley Kubrick's film, The Shining, and also one hell of a watch too. But anyways, if you did enjoy the video, make sure to click the notification bell so you get updated when I upload a video. Also, click the like button so you can like the video. And click the subscribe button to become a Team 13. Really helps out the channel a lot, doesn't it? Yes, it does. Haha. But anyways, if you want to check out my other movie reviews, go and check out my movie review on The Shining and how I explained that. And also check out my It reviews. They're there. But anyways, yeah. That's Len 13 signing off for now. Bye-bye.